Hi guys, welcome back. Those that are new to the channel, I'm Teresa Perrin. If you haven't already, I suggest you guys watch my Fintel top 6 short squeeze stocks for this week because FAZE is number 1, which is why I decided to do a separate video on it. Guys, it has over 99% short interest, which is absolutely huge. There is one warning that I want you all to be aware of. So let's get into it. And remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. These stocks are high risk, high reward. But remember the high risk part, okay, guys? Please like and subscribe if you have not already. And let's get into it. So FAZE ended the day on Friday at $17.43 as of market close at 4 p.m. It was down 5.78% on the day, or $1.07. The overall volume was very low at 288.67 thousand. It has a normal average volume of 1.32 million. Now, guys, that should not be a consideration considering it was the Friday before a holiday weekend. Every stock had very low volume. And as you could see, it moved up a few cents in the after hours to $17.50. So it was up 0.4%. 0.40% in the after hours. The free float of the stock is 37.83 million. It has a 52-week low of $8.02 and a 52-week high of $24.69. And as you can see, guys, it didn't come into the market until July 14th. I believe prior to that, it was a SPAC, but please correct me if I'm mistaken. I do not know a whole lot about this ticker and just did some DD to try to give you an opinion. And as you can see, according to Webull, it has 7 bullish and 0 bearish signals that it has signaled off. It does have 3 neutral, which are these little gray ones. All these little green dots are the bullish indicators, guys. And it's saying technically wise, in the short, medium, and long term, it's giving off a strong bullish signal. Now, guys, every stock does have periods where it goes up, pulls back down, goes up, pulls back down like a wave. That is completely normal, and that is what you want to see. So, just be aware that it is currently in a little bit of a downtrend, but it could start going up one day this week, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention. There is one red flag that I want to point out before I get into the Ortex and Fintel data. And guys, that is that it has an S-1-A filing with some private placing. And I believe that there are shares available that they could offload into the market, which I believe is why it is currently being shorted right now. Again, I only started digging into this and don't have enough information to give you anything more than a warning. So just be aware that because of the pipe that, it's under when it comes into the market, that it does have shares that will open up and warrants that can be exercised at $11.50. So that is something that everyone needs to be aware of, and that's where the high risk goes into play. And guys, we don't necessarily know until we see filings, which don't have to come out immediately, whether or not warrants have already been exercised or not in this. But I do want to give you a warning that B. Riley is involved with this stock. And for those of you familiar with B. Riley, it's an interesting group, and like a lot of others, they could, lend out shares for shorting. They could do a whole lot of things with their investment. Currently, it is on the uptrend, so they may actually want to see it continue to go up, especially with the amount of short interest that's there. They could actually be holding out on exchanging those warrants to try to smoke some of these shorts out of their position. But remember that, guys, whenever this lockup period ends with it, if it is indeed a SPAC, which again, I need to do more DD on, but I just want to tell you that there is potential that, this is the reason they're shorting it in advance of knowing that these shares can come into the market and they can dump them on retail, which is when shorts would, try to cover for less. Now, again, it only looks like it just recently came into the market, so that could be quite some time away. And if any of these shorts get margin called, then guess what? that's when you're going to see this have a massive run in it. So again, I don't know enough about it. Just want to give you a heads up and a warning based on something that I did see while I was digging. All right. Now, according to Ortex, 99.64% of the entire float is sold short, guys, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, that's insane to me. Like, how do you screw up that badly? The cost to borrow average is 819.79%. The cost to borrow max is 953.4%, and the minimum of 733.4%. On Friday, they borrowed 80.2 thousand shares and only returned 3.37 thousand shares, which is probably why you saw the price fall slightly, but that was an increase of 76.83% that they borrowed and did not return. So guys, they're only digging their hole deeper from what I can see here. Let's take a look at what Fintel shows us. All right, guys, according to Fintel, the short interest is 99.38% of the float. So as you can see, it matches for once with what Ortex is showing us. 26.53% of the shares were traded in the dark pool on Friday and 0.43 days to cover. Currently, the cost to borrow, according to Fintel, is a lot higher at 1,058%, guys. That's crazy. You'd have to be crazy to keep taking out shorts on this. I don't get it. And there are 0 shares available to borrow. So keep this on your radar for Tuesday because things could get juicy and very interesting fast. Now, guys, since today was a holiday, they would have had 483,033 shares due today. I believe they would have had to have covered these by Friday, but could be mistaken. And they could get an extension due to the holiday. I'm not quite sure how that works. That's why I have it highlighted still. But they do have due tomorrow 564,466 shares, which, look at this week ahead. They have hundreds of thousands of shares due every single day for the next 2 weeks with 99% short interest, no shares left to borrow. Guys, they're screwed. From the looks of this, they're absolutely screwed unless somehow they get these warrants to be exercised and more shares to come into the market, or something happens with the lockup. But guys, again, please do your own DD on that. I'm not in this stock. I just want to bring this to your attention because I think there's some major opportunity here. But there's also the risk of those shares coming into play. So I do want you to be aware of that, but I do think that you could see a beautiful run coming. So anyways, make sure you do your own research and have a good entry and exit plan, a good trading plan if you're going to trade this stock. I wish everybody the best of luck if they do decide to get into it, whether it be a day or swing trade. I hope that you make tons of money and crush it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.